One of the worst human beings, not only in America, but on planet Earth, is not seeking re-election. We bid adieu to Paul Ryan, who, after dedicating his political life to causing human misery and increasing suffering of every shape and variety, domestic and international, has announced that his work is done after a generation busting tax redistribution through the wealthy scheme. He can rest assured that more people will go hungry, more children will not have heat, and fewer Americans will have health care. Mission accomplished. Now he can go make some real money and seriously benefit from some of the oligarch policies. That's correct. I think that crowd, though, was saying Paul Ryan sucks because Paul Ryan isn't, overtly racist. But yes, Paul Ryan does suck. Truly, just utterly loathsome and contemptible figure, and another person that, we'll see plenty of, never Trumper types and people who don't like having a grotesque president with a personality disorder, but want to separate him from the Republican Party, or, going to gaze longingly and talk about how, Paul Ryan, agree or disagree, was civil, and all sorts of horrible, grotesque ways of remembering
He's
this.
a wonk.
Yeah, he's a real wonk. This guy whose, entire being in public office was to gut and destroy the already meager American social safety net, and was, put increasing human suffering at the front and center of all of his policy making. And I don't care what his, intentions were. Utterly irrelevant. That's what he did. That's what his policy agenda was. Now, what, do you want to play this instead? Okay, this is Paul Ryan. I don't. Is this on the list? This is Paul Ryan this morning, announcing his resignation. Announcing, rather, that he won't be seeking re-election. I cannot stress enough how important it is to, you can set my polemics aside, but any political write-up for this guy has to say that he came in, voted for the invasion of Iraq, supported the entire Bush agenda, and made his name as somebody who wrote a absolutely savage budget and attack on Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And of course, was a bagman for every corporate interest imaginable from a policy perspective. This is Paul Ryan.
Worry about the impact of your announcement on the 2018 midterms and perhaps sending a signal that the House has lost for?
Yeah, I gave it some consideration, but I really do not believe whether I stay or go in 2019 is going to affect a person's individual race for Congress. I really don't think a person's race for Congress is going to hinge on whether Paul Ryan's speaker or not. So I really don't think it affects it. Look, if we do our jobs, which we are, we're going to be fine as a majority. I'm grateful for the president to give us this chance to actually get this stuff done. I'm grateful that we have unified government that the president, with his victory, gave us so that we get all these big things done. We're going to have a great record to run on. We have a great economy, great accomplishments, more to do. And I really don't think that the American people are going to want to have the gridlock that the Democrats are promising. So I'm confident we can run through the tape and we can get this done.
I mean, the only important note, besides all the pablum there, is the fact that, again, in the never Trumper universe, this guy's going to be held in contrast to Trump as, somebody who was polite and didn't overtly promote bigotry. He was with Trump every step of the way. And as you can see there, I mean, that is, again, the constant refrain and clarity that people need to get. I mean, Trump is a Republican. He is the perfect Republican president. He's implementing the exact agenda that these people want. And if they need to overlook some stuff that they might find, uncouth or distasteful, they're perfectly happy to do it in the service of legislating American oligarchy. Obviously, more broadly, there's a American conversation beyond Republicans about what Trump represents with regards to things like foreign and policy, particularly, I would argue. But, Paul Ryan, that's his legacy. He was an enabler of Trump, a savage Dickensian social Darwinist legislator. And I'm sure, he's still young. He'll go on to do many more harmful things.
I was hoping to see him lose to Bryce.
I was hoping so too. Check out Randy Bryce. Look, guys, we are actually starting to get, as we move into the summer, and I think it's very important to keep a broader perspective than just the electoral cycle and the deeper dynamics. But we are going to, get fairly soon to we got to flip Congress. That needs to happen. It's very, very important to get Democrats in control of the House.